Now, there's another young man who scored runs today, and DK briefly referred to that he did it his way. We talk about specific shots on this program. We talked for some time yesterday about the back foot punch and the hit through mid wicket for Shubman Gill. Today he played spinners largely, and DK, I loved his footwork. He finished 119 not out, 10 fours, but I'm going to focus on that bottom line. 4 sixes, because what I enjoyed today was the footwork, especially against the off spinner. Mehdi Hasan Miraj, the off spinner. And before I come to you, I'll just tell you one little observation. Normally, when a batter comes down the wicket and hits it in the air, you tend to look at the fielder at long on. The clean hitting that we saw today, every time he hit it, I wasn't looking at the fielder because I was assuming it was clearing the boundary by a long margin. Except one, he found the gap, it cleared the boundary by a yard or so, but the other 3 sixes were just so clean.
Let's come to the sixes first, Harsha. He's got a great technique to hit sixes. He's got to understand, first of all, he's a tall man. He's got longer levers. And when he gets that back lift with that wrist cock going, the amount of power he generates. And also, he'll always have very good control of it. That's why, if you do notice, Harsha, you were speaking about long on and deep mid wicket. And interestingly, all the 3 times he hit it in the gap. There are 2 types of six hitters. One, the Pollards and the Russells, who don't matter who is in the field. They are only looking to hit into the 10th stand available. And there are players who look to hit in gaps for sixes. He is one of those players. So inadvertently, he's always tuned to look at gaps to hit sixes. And today was an example of adding technique and finesse to that, and the bat swing, which I always enjoy watching when I watch a Shubman Gill bat. It was a knock laced with good-looking shots. As I said, for me, whenever I look at Shubman Gill, I feel I see greatness in him. It is only him in challenging conditions that I will assess him, because otherwise nobody can stop him. The kind of shots that he plays, how he gets on top of the ball, technically there is not much. His work ethics is outstanding. So I don't see any reason why he could fail in any format that he plays.
I'm glad you added that caveat, actually. People watching this program might think, here are 2 guys going gaga over everything that happens in Indian cricket. I'm glad you added the caveat about challenging conditions. We'll wait and see. My gut feel is that he will adapt to Australia better. He's already gone to Australia and scored runs, so he knows the conditions there. I'd wait and see a little bit about South Africa, New Zealand, England. But why worry about that when he's hit 300 in his last 5 innings just now? Because I think the time now is to celebrate what we are seeing. There was a time when he was on the verge of being left out of the side. He was averaging 20-21, batting at number 3. He'd made the conscious decision himself to go down to number 3. It's a position that has been occupied with enormous success, with enormous credit by Cheteshwar Pujara for a long time. We often talk about Kohli's filling Kohli's boots. Filling Cheteshwar Pujara's boots was a huge thing. 6,000 plus runs, many great hundreds, great tours of Australia, and he was averaging 21. Since then, he's hit 300s in 5 Test matches, and hopefully he's on the way, because he's got age on his side, he's got skill on his side, and these are his last 5 Tests. I mean, there's 104, there's 110, there's 119 not out, there's that 91, and that 52 not out was a tricky chase where he anchored the innings through. At the moment, he can do no wrong. We'll wait and see when the conditions get a little more challenging.